Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's review is focused on 2021's movie entitled Escape Room Tournament of Champions, the official sequel from the 2019 movie entitled Escape Room. And the official synopsis of Escape Room 2 is: survivors of previous escape rooms find themselves in a new and increasingly elaborate game filled with deadly traps. And I would have to say that this movie, to me, I enjoyed it quite a bit. But how I would rank these two movies, I think that part one, to me, is a little bit better. Part two is still good, but part one is just a little bit better. Here is my review on this movie. I would have to say with this movie, the first thing that I enjoyed about this movie would probably have to be the characters. I felt like all of the actors that played these characters, they did a good job with the acting. And I also did not like some of the new characters because they were either too annoying. Taylor Russell played as Zoe. She's back from the first movie. She was still good. In the second movie, I enjoyed her character. Logan Miller as Ben. He was good in this movie as well. He was in the first one. The two main characters from the first movie, they were still good, just like the first one. And I would have to say maybe some of the other new characters that I thought weren't so bad would probably have to be India Moore, who was Brianna in this movie. Her character wasn't too bad, but to me, she was just a little bit too much melodramatic. Always worried, always like, oh no, 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 no. Like, she was just a little bit too melodramatic. Holland Roden as Rachel, she was just okay to me. Like, there wasn't really anything that special about her. And I would say for the most part, the characters in this movie were pretty okay, except for the ones that I've previously discussed. Another thing that I enjoyed about this movie would probably have to be the new rooms that were designed in this movie. I would have to say maybe some of my favorite rooms of this new movie would probably have to be maybe the first one, which was the subway train room, where they would have to get all of the coins in time before they all get electrocuted and everything. And that character by the name of Theo, he had a rough outbreak. Like, I'm sorry, his death was gruesome. Like, I don't know, because he really got electrocuted like a fried potato. That's all I'm going to say. But the new rooms, to me, they weren't bad. I did like some of them, like the first one. And that beach one, it wasn't bad, but at the same time, it was a little bit weird because I wanted to know exactly what was the sand underneath. Like, was it quicksand, or was it just like another way to escape? Because we see one of the people die, supposedly, but we never see a body, so who knows? Um, in this movie, we do have a surprising revelation as one of the characters from the very first movie. I'm not going to say who makes their return. And it turns out that the person did not die, but instead they had to work for Minos, this crazy evil group, to design the rooms. And what we see is that this character tries to persuade Zoe to become a new member of Minos because she survives everything in this new movie and she basically refuses. And that is that. But yeah, seeing that character from the first movie survive, it was surprising, but at the same time, like what they say in TV and movie, if somebody dies and you never see a body or anything, there's a good chance that they're still alive. I'll just say that. And I would say that the story itself, the story this time, it was just all right. Like, there really wasn't no story this time. It was basically just another escape room. You get to know some of the new characters and their backgrounds, but there really wasn't a story. Like, Zoe was still trying to prove that Minos is real, that she was trying to get the people responsible for the people that they killed in the last movie. Like, there really wasn't a story this time about it with this movie, so I don't know what to say about it. But the first thing that I did not like about this movie would probably have to be the time length. To me, I think this movie is just a little bit too short for my liking, as the previous movie was about 100 minutes long, and this new movie is only like 88 minutes long. And this movie, when you first watch the movie, it actually goes by a little bit fast, maybe too fast for my liking, because when I was watching the movie, I was watching it and I was just like, oh, it's about to be over just like that. To me, this movie was too short for my liking. Another thing that I do not like about this movie would probably have to be maybe the ending itself, as the ending is somewhat like the first one again, but different in some aspects with how things are transpired and just some of the messages revealed in this movie. Like, they could have done something a little bit different with the ending and could have made it like a little bit more interesting, to say the least. And do I believe that there will be a third movie to this series? I think there will be an Escape Room 3 in this movie, just based off what happens in the final act and the ending itself, which I'm not going to spoil because I want people to see this movie. But out of all, I didn't have a bad time watching Escape Room Tournament of Champions. It was still a cool little movie, just like the first one. You do have some likable characters, and some of the new rooms are a little bit crazy, to say the least. And how I would rate Escape Room Tournament of Champions out of 5 stars, I would probably rate Escape Room Tournament of Champions 3 stars out of 5. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. And until next time, goodbye.